trustful situation or trustful communication is very essential. Goals for the student should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, to be completed within a relevant time frame. See, many things are there and you all can relate to it. Goals should be very specific. It should not be general कि ये भी कर लिया, वो भी कर लिया, ये भी achieve कर लेंगे, वो भी कर लेंगे. It is not possible, right? So your goal should be specific, direction should be specific and achievable. Very important thing. You should always keep your goals by keeping your capabilities in your mind, right? And relevant, obviously, and it should also be completed within the relevant time frame. So this was all about the second point, strengthening students' self-esteem. So in the same manner, if a short note comes on suicide, you will just start with the introduction, then the risk factors, then the measures provided by WHO, then how we'll identify students in distress first, give the points, and then strengthening their self-esteem, and then again give the points. So this is all about bipolar and related disorders. Now comes upon a very important topic, schizophrenia spectrum and other psychotic disorders. This is a very important section of this chapter and we are doing it first time, so please be attentive. Schizophrenia is the descriptive term for a group of psychotic disorders in which personal, social, and occupational functioning deteriorates as a result of disturbed thought processes, strange perceptions, unusual emotional states, and motor abnormalities. See, let us clear it word by word. Schizophrenia is what is a descriptive term. It is a very elaborative term for a group of psychotic disorders. I hope you remember this word psychotic, where we have studied about it in chapter number 2. The H.J. Eysenck has given the categorization. Remember? Neuroticism versus emotional stability, introversion versus extroversion, and third one was psychotism, right? So psychotism का क्या basic characteristics होती हैं? These kind of people are very hostile, very egocentric, right? They are sometimes antisocial also in their behavior. These are the general conditions, and these are very intense conditions, very major conditions. So this schizophrenia is a descriptive term for a group of psychotic disorders. Now, what is happening under this disorder? Your social, your personal, and your occupational functioning is deteriorating, is decreasing, is disturbed. Why? Because of many kind of symptoms. What are the common symptoms? People have strange perceptions under this disorder. They have unusual emotional states. It is all understood. Basic terms are there. Motor abnormalities are there. A person is not able to perform the motor functions properly, right? So these are some kind of symptoms. Now a word is given, it is a debilitating disorder. What does this mean? Please underline it, page number 81, first column. Schizophrenia wala jo paragraph hai, please underline. It is a debilitating disorder. Debilitating means the persons are physically weak under this disorder. Physically, they are not strong. They become very weak, right? The social and psychological cost of schizophrenia are tremendous, both to patients as well as to their families and society, right? So this is all clear about schizophrenia. Now come upon the symptoms. Basically, the symptoms have been categorized into 3. First one is positive symptoms, second is negative, and third one is psychomotor. When we talk about positive symptoms, what is there? Excesses of thought, emotion, and behavior. Please pay attention, 3 things are there: thought, emotion, and behavior. And what is excesses? The thought process is very, very excessive. Emotion process, behavior is very excessive. Excessive means very hyper. Second one is negative symptoms. It is the opposite of positive, obviously. Deficit of thought, emotion, and behavior. The person becomes very slow, very low in all the three things: thought, emotion, and behavior. And third categorization is what? Psychomotor symptoms. It is related to various kind of postures, various kind of physical positions. We'll discuss it later. Now come upon the positive symptoms. Positive symptoms are pathological excesses or bizarre additions. Bizarre means which is are not normal, which is very vague, and pathological, which is related to some kind of disease, right? Delusions are there. Now let us clear with this term. What is a delusion? We all heard this word. Delusion is a false belief. Mind it, keep this in mind. It is a firmly held on inadequate grounds. A person is maintaining this belief very firmly. The patient is maintaining this belief very firmly, but it is based on inadequate grounds. Means there is no logic, there is no relevant thing behind it. Now, there are various kinds of delusions. You have to keep them all in mind. OTQs are asked, a situation is there, and you have to identify which kind of delusion is this, right? So let us talk about the first type, delusion of persecution. What does it mean? Delusions of persecution are the most common in schizophrenia. People with this delusion believe that they are being plotted against, spied on, slandered, threatened, attacked, or deliberately victimized. What does it mean? Such type of patient always think that they are being followed by someone. ना कोई जासूसी कर रहा है. Constant somebody is keeping vigilance on ourselves. We could be attacked by anyone. We could be deliberately victimized. So these are the symptoms of delusion of persecution. The second one is delusion of reference. What is happening in this? In which they attach special and personal meaning to the actions of others or to objects and events. What a person is doing in this, he or she is attaching a special and personal meaning to the actions of others, right? Suppose somebody has done anything, somebody has showed some kind of behavior, the patient of delusion of reference will give a different meaning, that this is the cause, this is the reason why that person is behaving in certain manner. So they are giving their own reference, they are giving their own logic behind anybody's other action, behind anybody's other behavior, right? The third one is delusions of grandeur. What does it mean? People believe themselves to be specially empowered persons. Getting the point? Under this, patients start thinking that he is the prime minister of the country, he is the president of the country, or he is the owner of a particular organization, or he himself start believing that he has become a very renowned, very empowered personality of anywhere. So all of a sudden he became empowered. He start feeling empowered, full of power, full of control. The last one is delusions of control. They believe that their feelings, thoughts, and actions are controlled by others. Very simple. Under this, what is happening? Suppose a patient of delusion of control showed a hostile and violent aggression, right, toward any person. What he will say that I'm not doing this. I haven't beaten him up, I haven't touched him, but somebody else was doing it. Somebody else was controlling my actions. I was not the one who, had a fight with that person. I don't know. Somebody else is controlling me. I didn't just, lift up my hand, but somebody has done this. So he all of a sudden straightly put the blame on someone else, that someone else is controlling my thought, my emotion, and my behavior, right? Now, next thing, people with schizophrenia may not be able to think logically and may speak in peculiar ways. These formal thought disorders can make communication extremely difficult. Now, what is the other important feature of this kind of disorder? Formal thought disorders means that in this, patient is not able to communicate. There is extremely difficulty in communicating, because either they are not able to speak properly, they are speaking in a very peculiar manner, so that they become very unclear, right? Sometimes saliva also comes out of their mouth, or sometimes they twist their tongue in a manner that it is not at all clear to the person. So communication is extremely difficult, and their speech is very unclear. These include rapidly shifting from one topic to another, so that the normal structure of thinking is muddled and becomes illogical. Now, another feature is, first of all, that they are not able to speak clearly. And second, whenever they are talking on a particular topic, all of a sudden they just shift to some other topic. If they are talking related, to any exam, they are discussing about a particular paper, all of a sudden they start talking about something else, which has no link with the prevalent, with that existent topic going on. So there is no relationship, there is no linkage between the things. They very quickly shift from one topic to another one. So this is also an important feature. And persistent and inappropriate repetition of the same thoughts. These patients also have persistent, consistent, and inappropriate repetition of same thoughts. They keep on thinking about something else, whatever coming in their mind, they just keep on thinking. And it is consistent and persistent, right? Now, another important feature, as we discussed about delusion, another is hallucinations. We all have heard this word, and this is a very popular word, I can say, hallucination. What does it mean in reality? Hallucination means these are the perceptions that occur in the absence of external stimuli. What was delusion? It was a false belief, right? And hallucination, these are the perceptions. Can you just note down the difference? Yes, have you noticed the difference? Delusion is related to your belief system. What are you thinking? And hallucination is related to your perceptions. And what kind of perception? These occur in the absence of external stimuli. A patient is saying that I can see a person standing in that corner in my room. And in reality, there is no such person present. A patient start talking to someone and say, I'm talking to God. God is standing in front of me. I can see. He's talking to me. He's wearing white clothes, right? And we as normal people cannot see any God inside that room. So hallucination, to perceive the things which are not existing in reality, right? Again, there are many kinds of hallucination. First of all, auditory hallucination, as name is suggesting, a patient start hearing sounds or voices, phrases and sentences coming from some source. They can say that some person is sitting there or standing there talking to me, or somebody is instructing me, somebody is guiding me. So second person hallucination, third person hallucination. So auditory, that patients start hearing lot of things. It could be phrases, words, instructions, anything, right? Second type is tactile hallucination. Tactile means related to skin, that something is, he may say that something is crawling on my skin, some insect, or it may be anything. Form of tingling, burning, something is burning. So this is basically related to skin, tactile, the feeling part. The third one is somatic hallucination. Under this, something happening inside the body, such as snake crawling inside one's stomach, right? What that person start complaining, somatic, it is related to body, obviously. That person all of a sudden say कि some snake is crawling inside my stomach, right? Tactile में ज़्यादातर क्या होता है? It is related to skin. और सोमैटिक में कहीं भी बॉडी में किसी भी ऑर्गन में कहीं भी किसी भी पार्ट में कोई प्रॉब्लम स्टार्ट हो जाती है. विजुअल हेलुसिनेशन में व्हाट इज हैपनिंग, vague perceptions of color or distinct visions of people or objects. A patient may say that I can see various kinds of colors and lights in my room, right? And the second thing is distinct visions of people, that I can see two people. I can see a single person into two pieces. ठीक है, एक होता है ना वो overshadow करना. I can see the second part of the person also. So these are very illogical, very bizarre kind of perceptions. The another one is the gustatory hallucination. What is it? It is related to food or drink. Whatever food or drink the person is consuming, he may start complaining that the taste is very strange. Something is not correct. There must be something wrong. The taste is not good. It is very strange, very abnormal. The last one is olfactory hallucination, which is related to your nose. Smell of poison or smoke. Person start complaining that I can smell the poison. It is there in my food, or it is there in my room. Some, I can just smell the smoke. Something is burning around me, right? So this is related to olfactory, that is nose. Now another thing, people with schizophrenia also show inappropriate affect. Now what does this mean? See, you have to write particularly in this manner only. You have to write this key term, that these patients are suffering from inappropriate affect. What does it mean? Then you're going to explain it as well. Emotions that are unsuited to the situation. Suppose a happy situation is there and person all of a sudden started crying. So this is an inappropriate emotion into that situation, right? So this is known as inappropriate affect. A situation is very nice, very pleasant, and all of a sudden a person started shouting, screaming, showing aggression, right? So these are inappropriate affect. Now we have talked about the positive symptoms. What are negative symptoms? Negative symptoms, as we have discussed, that there is deficit in thought, emotion, and behavior, right? So certain terms are there. Please pay attention to these terms. You have to explain it. People with schizophrenia show alogia or poverty of speech. See, this is a very important feature of this kind of disorder. Poverty of speech is always there. There is very difficulty in communication, reduction in speech and speech content. So it is related to poverty of speech. Many people with schizophrenia show less anger, sadness, joy, and other feelings than most people do. That means they are showing the emotions at a very lower degree. What is known as? This is known as blunted affect. There are terms we have discussed: inappropriate affect, okay? Then alogia or poverty of speech. Then blunted affect. Blunted affect मतलब सारे emotions क्या हो रहे हैं, बहुत minor level पे हो रहे हैं, बहुत low degree पर हो रहे हैं. Another is flat affect. What is it? Some show no emotions at all, a condition known as flat affect. You can derive the meaning out of the names itself. Flat affect means there is no emotions at all, plain, flat, right? No emotions are there at all. Also, patients with schizophrenia experience evolution. What does this mean? Or apathy. And an inability to start or complete a course of action. They are not attached to anything, apathy, right? And second thing is inability to start or complete a course of action. Any action, anything they have decided, they are not able to first of all start with it. They just keep on thinking. और अगर start कर भी दिया तो they are not able to complete it. They just leave it in between. Any course of action, कुछ भी हो सकता है वो, है ना? कोई भी चीज सीखने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं या कोई भी चीज लिखने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, तो क्या होगा? They will just leave it in between, or they will not even start with the things. So this is known as apathy and inability to start, right? Now the third categorization was psychomotor symptoms. as it is related to motor. So we can make out that it is related to the movement, right? So these patients move less spontaneously or make odd grimaces and gestures. Now certain names are there, uh, don't do not confuse. First is catatonia. What does this mean? That these symptoms may take extreme forms known as catatonia. First of all, make it clear psychomotor में क्या हो रहा है? They move less spontaneously. That movement is less in such patient. अब there are various kinds given. Catatonia. Catatonia में क्या हो रहा है? Symptoms may take extreme forms. मतलब उनकी जो intensity है वो बहुत ज़्यादा high हो जाएगी. कैसे? They have given the first one, that is catatonic stupor. What does it mean? इस condition में a patient remains motionless and silent for long stretches of time. Motionless, no movement is there and silent. एकदम ऐसे स्टैचू वाला गेम खेलते थे ना अपन, स्टैचू, तो बिल्कुल वो एक स्टैचू बन जाता है. No motion and silent. Second is catatonic rigidity. What does this mean? This is maintaining a rigid upright posture for hours. Upright posture मतलब सिर नीचे पैर ऊपर, कहीं भी बीच में लटक गए, कोई विंडो पकड़ लिया, कुछ पकड़ लिया, उससे लटक गए. तो अपराइट पोस्चर ये इंपॉर्टेंट फीचर है किसका? कैटाटोनिक रिजिडिटी का. और 1 घंटा नहीं, 2 घंटा नहीं, फॉर आवर्स ये लोग इसी कंडीशन में रहते हैं. नेक्स्ट इज कैटाटोनिक पोस्चरिंग. व्हाट डज दिस मीन? assuming awkward bizarre positions for long periods of time. See, just make it clear कि psychomotor में बड़े illogical से बड़े बड़े awkward, बहुत bizarre positions हैं, postures हैं, और what is important for long periods of time. थोड़ी देर के लिए समझ में आता है कि चलो, लेकिन for long hours these people remain into that posture. upright posture में चले गए, राइट? तो क्या हो गया? कैटाटोनिक रिजिडिटी हो गया. कैटाटोनिक पोस्चरिंग में क्या हो गया? बड़ा ऑकवर्ड सा, कुछ हाथों को पैरों को ट्विस्ट करके बैठ गए, राइट? कैटाटोनिक स्टूपर में क्या हो रहा है? एकदम मोशनलेस और साइलेंट हो गए, स्टैचू की तरह, राइट? सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट द सिम्टम्स ऑफ सिजोफ्रेनिया. यस मैम, प्लीज स्टॉप विद द रिकॉर्डिंग.